Soul Delight.
Exclusively for Soul Delight Radio with DJ Liche. Winston, it's DJ Liche from Sydney, Australia. How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
Thanks for taking time to talk to me.
Thanks for having me.
Your debut album is called Lifeology 101. How did the name come about?
Well, I was thinking about the phoenix is my symbol. The whole story of rising from the ashes and starting over and having a second chance. And so I said, maybe I'll do something around that. And I was like, no, that doesn't quite do it. And then I started to think, okay, what is this album about? What am I trying to convey to people, right? And then I said, well, really, it's all about life's lessons. It's about everything we go through. It's the basics. And being a marketer, for years, I said, I got to come up with something cool and a really just slick way of saying this. And we all got together, my team and I, we got together and we said, and I came up with Lifeology, like, the study of life, life lessons. And then I said, oh my gosh, it got to be 101 because that's the basic life lessons. And so that's what I named the album.
Nice. It's a really catchy title too. Definitely one that makes you think about it. So, and I'm sure all of the tracks that are on that reflect that you've been through a pretty long history and a long journey through your music and to get you where you are at the moment. Bad For You was one of the tracks released in early 2011, and also Keep Moving, which is one that's currently playing out there in YouTube land. And then also you've written, or you're doing a track called Elevator, which is going to follow up shortly, I believe. Is that correct?
That is correct. It's actually on the album, and we're going to follow up Keep Moving that came out at the beginning of this year with Elevator, because that's the one that everybody's like clamoring, oh, we're going to see Elevator,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's coming.
Great. Yeah. Do you know when that might come?
I don't know, because quite frankly, I didn't know I was going to release Keep Moving until after, I would say, maybe October time, because initially Bad For You did so well, and I was like, well, what's the follow-up single gonna be? And I initially thought it was gonna be Elevator. And then as I started listening to fans and they started to gravitate towards Keep Moving, and the message of the song seemed so relevant for what's going on in today's world, I say, you know what, let's go with Keep Moving. And it has been really taking off. So I really don't know when it's gonna taper off in terms of its popularity, because it's still gaining popularity. So
right,
we'll see. I'm thinking maybe the summer or something like that.
So it sounds like it's one of the popular tracks that people are obviously asking you to put out.
I mean, it is, but it's funny that Keep Moving started to bubble quicker and from a more diverse group of people. And so I say, Keep Moving was the right thing. And as soon as I put that out and said it was coming out, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, that's my favorite, because it really speaks to what I'm going through, or that's the song I work out to in the morning, or, I had one lady send me an email and said that she lost her job, and if it were not for her faith in God and Keep Moving, listening to that every day, she doesn't know what she would have done.
Is there another track on the album that sort of stands out to you?
Yeah, it's interesting. We're doing some research in the UK, and the song Get On is one that the UK is gravitating towards, which is interesting because the tastes are so different in different parts of the world. And for me, that song, it says, if you want to leave, then go, get on. Basically saying, hey, you know what? If you don't want to be around me, then go out there and find it somewhere else. You know what I mean? And so everything's about things I've been through, and like I said, life lessons, Lifeology 101. So that one means a lot. Fragile means a lot. It was about a bad relationship that looked good from the outside, but inside we both knew it was horrible, and she was like trying to put on pretenses, and I was like, look, I'm fed up. I mean, they all have their own personal meanings to me. It's hard to pick one that's as relevant, but Keep Moving would be the theme song. It would be the anthem.
Right. And the thing too is that a lot of your songs that you've put together on this album are so relatable to the everyday person, so it's so easy to sort of get into them as well.
Yeah, and that's why it's so interesting I think the next single will be Elevator, but you never know. I mean, it could be something that's going on universally with everybody, and all of a sudden they say, this is the one, because everyone, is feeling that energy at the time, if that makes sense. So it just I'm very happy that I was able to share my experiences and relate to other people.
That's awesome. And as we were talking about before, music has definitely been your passion for a long time. I mean, extending back to the 90s when you were with a group called Low Profile.
Yes.
Why did you wait so long, or why did you wait till now to release the solo debut album?
You know, quite frankly, I was insecure. I was so devastated emotionally by the failed group and what happened there that I buried music for a long time. I mean, you know, I would listen to the radio, you know, whatever. But I no longer consider myself an artist. I didn't want to think about that, because anybody who's gone through or has a passion that they've gone after and it fails, they all know what that feels like when it doesn't succeed.
And haven't we all been there?
Yes, you know, come on. I mean, we've all been there. And
Absolutely.
So when you have something like that, you're like, okay, been there, done that, checking the box, I'm not going back there. And so you bury it, you put dirt on top of it, you put concrete on top of it, and you just try to forget about it. And I that's what I did. And long story short, you know, something happened and it just, somebody dug it back up. And it kept coming, like the weeds kept growing out of it and kept peeking out and saying, hey, what's up, you know? And I just couldn't resist it anymore. And I said, you know what, God, I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm going forward. I'm gonna believe in myself. I'm not gonna give up. This is a talent that you've given me. So many people are leaving this world without being fully fulfilled. And let me do it one last time. This is it. This is my shot. This is my time.
A lot of artists are actually collaborating more these days. Is there an artist that you would particularly like to collaborate with?
Oh, that, you know what? I don't know about anybody else, but for a singer-songwriter, that is the toughest question. Because, you know, you're so many that you have either legends that you've grown up with that are still around, or new people. But I would want to collaborate with Ledisi.
Nice.
I don't know if you've heard of her, but I'm sure you have, because you're the expert. There you go.
Absolutely.
Yes, Ledisi. Beyonce, of course.
Nice.
I would love to collaborate, believe it or not, with Rihanna.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Yeah, she's dope. Let's see, who else? Somebody said that they would like to see me do a duet with Tracy Cruz.
Okay.
Avery Sunshine would be nice. I know you've had her on the show.
Oh, yes, certainly have.
And
she's a lovely lady too.
She is beautiful, and she lives here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We kind of know each other, but in passing, you know, not really well. Somebody said a sexy collabo with, you know, for the ladies would be something with like John Legend, or, you know, maybe like Eric Benet or somebody like that. I mean, you know, there's so many people. Mary J. Blige, of course. I can't forget Mary J. Blige. I don't know. I want to get to Australia. You know, I am a big tennis fan. I play tennis here in the United States, so of course I want to get to Melbourne and go to the Australian Open.
Who's your favorite tennis player?
Right now it would be Djokovic and Gail Monfils.
Oh, you really know your tennis.
I do. Oh yeah, I play. I just played a championship match with this league that I'm in yesterday, doubles, and we did not win, unfortunately. We came in second place, but we will be going to the city playoffs, so it's kind of cool. So I play when I get a chance. So I'm an avid novice, I should say. But I went to Wimbledon last year. Nice. And I was at the finals for the men and women's final right there in center court. It was the most amazing experience ever. But for those tennis fans, you know what that means. So anyway.
And is the crowd as ear piercing as you would imagine it to be?
Yeah, it's so weird. Like they know their tennis and they're very polite, and they cheer, and then it's quiet. And you can hear a pin fall, literally, like someone across on the other side of the stadium will cough. You could hear it. Like it's just that polite and respectful. It's amazing. And I saw Nadal and Djokovic play. It was great.
That's awesome. How has the technology helped you as an independent artist?
I mean, it has helped immensely, because if it were not for the internet, then, you know, there would be no vehicle for me to even be discovered, or even have my music be heard, or have me be seen from like a video standpoint. I mean, I've been able to get onto the video channels here in the States, but, you know, the internet was the thing that allowed me to say, you know what, I can do it on my own, and I can get the music out to people and market myself to people who are looking for music.
Right, and that speaks for itself because I mean, the track, the one of the tracks, "Bad for You," is I think that's received like over something like 20,000 hits on YouTube or something like that, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is. It really has. I mean, and it has. People have uploaded it themselves. I mean, between my channel and Bebo and some, other people doing it, it has over 20,000. It keeps growing, and I'm like, well, I'm not even formally pushing it anymore, but every day, I mean, it must get 300-400 hits. I mean, it's just amazing how people are discovering the music, and different parts of the world are discovering it at different times.
Like Australia.
Like Australia, which is great. It's perfect. I mean, it's wonderful. And if I was on a major label, quite frankly, who knows if they would even have released my album? A lot of people are on big labels that never get released.
Right.
The project's sit on the shelf and then they get dropped. So big ups to the internet and everybody's listening.
I'm sure they'll love that, and we actually have a lot of online listeners, so big ups to all of those people who are tuning in too. What was the highlight of 2011? Because you've actually done a lot in the last year.
Yes, the highlight. Okay, this is gonna sound, I hope it doesn't sound crazy, but the highlight has been, well, that's actually technically 2012 because that was New Year's Eve. So there's two, if I might offer up two.
Absolutely.
The first highlight was literally looking in my rearview mirror as I'm driving away from the corporate office of the company that I worked for. Mm-hmm. And I had just given them the keys, the corporate ID card, the company car keys, the corporate expense account card, the American Express. I'd just given all that away. And I looked in the rearview mirror and I was driving away. And I was like, wow, I did that. Like, if I were to get hit in this car right now, this is a euphoric feeling of freedom and independence and achievement. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty big.
So that was a big highlight, literally. I was like, oh. And then the second one would be on the cusp of 2011, 2012. I did a New Year's Eve party for a radio station in Las Vegas.
Nice.
And I brought in the new year, counting down with all those listeners that were there at the party and singing "Bad for You." So that was like, I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So 11 and 12. So that was a highlight as well.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I have one final question for you.
Yes.
And it's a question that we like to ask all of our guests who are on our show. What delights your soul?
Music. No, that's too trite, but it does. Music. Being around friends and family and laughter. There's nothing like, I don't know if I read it somewhere or if it's something that I was told by, again, some of those Southern traditions, but something about laughing and singing, like the laughter and the song music feeds your soul and just makes you feel good. I mean, it puts a smile on your face, and it just kind of releases something. I don't know what it is, but when you laugh, you feel so much better. And when you sing and when you enjoy music and you have your earphones on and you're into your song, and you're like, that's my jam, and you're just getting it, that thing. So I would say laughter and music.
So is there anybody that you would like to shout out to or say hi to?
Lady Hewitt, what's up? How you doing, man? No, what's going on? No, but Samantha Snows, how you doing? But I don't know. I mean, I would say to those people who kind of are discovering my music, what's up? I call them Team Warrior. And to all the ladies that follow me and help me and through supporting me, I call them the Warrior Angels. So, big ups to them. Big ups to my family and my team, even though they may not be listening, but maybe the universe will bring it back around to them. And I want to shout out to those people who have a dream, man, and who want to do something. If they need to leave a relationship that's bad for them, in a bad way, like if it's not a good thing for you, if it's abusive or, it's just not a right fit. People who may want to go back to school, get a different job, if you have somebody that you're, eyeing and you don't have the courage to go and speak to them, whatever that is, just go for it. I mean, life is not promised, it's short, and if you're not happy, then go after something that you have passion for. So that would be my big up to everybody. Just go get something that you love to do and go after it.
You heard it from Winston. Live life to the fullest.
Yes, and do more of that good stuff.
That's right.
You love it.
Very nice.
Soul Delight.
Yo, what's up? This is Winston Warrior, and I listen to Soul Delight Radio with DJ Liche every Wednesday night from 9 to 11 p.m. right here on 88.1 2RDJ.